Well, nearly 2,600 COVID-related deaths were reported across the U.S. yesterday. That's the second highest one-day total since mid-April. And according to Johns Hopkins University, that is, we missed the record by 6, apparently. Well, yesterday was also the second highest one-day death toll in Idaho, coming in at just under 30. 30. We don't know the demographics or ages of all those reported coronavirus deaths from yesterday. But let's just assume they were all older, maybe senior citizens. So imagine if a bus filled with 29 senior citizens heading to jackpot for a casino weekend, and imagine if that bus ended up in a fiery crash on I-84, killing all 29 and the bus driver. Oh, there'd be lots of questions and investigations and possibly people held accountable. It would be a pretty big deal, right? But yesterday, there were nearly 30 COVID-19 connected deaths reported across Idaho, and we just kind of go, oh, wow, that's a lot. Well, one Boise woman got tired of that mentality, that indifference and desensitization to numbers. So Cindy Pollock decided to do something about it. It's the time of year many people put up holiday decorations. But for Cindy Pollock, there are different adornments filling up her front lawn.
Sir, do you want to put some down right here?
Cindy, along with her mother-in-law, Sarah,
The ground's not as frozen right there.
have planted these orange flags every morning
I'm keeping track every day.
since mid-November.
Oh, it was November 18 and I had 814.
Each one represents an Idahoan who has died from the coronavirus since March. On this day, the 1st of December, she's adding 12 more, bringing the total and her emblems of honor to 949.
I bought 1,200 flags and I didn't think I'd be putting this many out every day. I thought it would be 2 or 3. I guess I wasn't really paying that much attention.
Which is exactly why Cindy decided to do this, for everyone to pay attention.
Right, exactly. I mean, it's for myself, too, to make myself less numb to all the numbers and to bring some humanity to it. Because really, every time you put a flag in there, you're realizing that it's a human life and it's not just an individual person, it's all the people who they loved. You know, it's much greater than just this.
This is an idea Cindy got from other such displays across the country, so it's not necessarily unique, but that doesn't make it any less personal. She's even added names to a couple of them.
I don't know. I didn't realize it was going to be such a morning ritual, that it was going to get to me like that. But in a sense, again, I'm glad that it's more than just the numbers.
But it's also the numbers that have gotten to Cindy, climbing by an average of double digits every day since late October.
You know, our numbers are skyrocketing. So I've already thought, how much of this is going to take up the lawn? Is it going to go over there? What's crazy, too, is if this were, you know, people have compared it to a plane load of people, you know, and it really makes me sad that the people who are dying are just dying very anonymously.
In the middle of this now noticeable knoll, Cindy, who says she's not really religious, also planted a quote from Pope Francis.
You know, in order for us to come through this less selfish than when we went in, we have to wake up and acknowledge the pain that other people are feeling, you know, and I think that's what makes us human, is to tell our stories and to be empathetic. So that's what this is about.
And it's also about handling some of the feeling of helplessness the pandemic has put on so many.
Like, we have no control over anything, and this is my way to kind of try to, maybe I can't control it, but I can wake up to it more.
Living on a rather busy road has allowed Cindy to wake up a few more people.
I want them to notice. I want them to notice the suffering that is going on in our community. And I want them to respect that there are people suffering. And no matter what they believe about the virus, it's killing people. And it's killing Idahoans every day.
She started with 1,200 flags. Cindy says she will, reluctantly, restock.
I know. That's what a friend of mine on the East Coast said when I told her. She's like, you're going to have to get a lot more flags. And I hope we don't, but we're definitely going to have to get probably more than 1,200.
Cindy acknowledges this collection of flags is a mere drop in the bucket to the collective total across the country or even the world, 271,000 and nearly 1.5 million respectively. But it's still a striking sight to see, even for her, when she is out on a walk. Cindy, who has several family members in the medical field, told us COVID has yet to reach her house, thankfully, which is good considering her mother-in-law is 92 years old. But she can feel it getting closer with more people who know someone who has it or has had it. Cindy says her goal wasn't to make a political statement with these flags, but again, to make the pandemic more personal for those who have yet to feel it as such.